Welcome Eken fam, today we're going to be comparing the Eken H9 versus the Eken H8 Pro. I'll be splitting this comparison into 3 parts. First is going to be about build quality, second we're going to go over film quality, and third we're going to go over the pros and cons. Although the build quality on both of these cameras is very similar, you'll notice a few differences right away. On the Eken H8 Pro we have a screen on the front and it gives you basic information so you don't have to flip around your camera while you're filming. The displays on both are similar. However, I'd argue that the display on the H8 Pro is slightly better than that on the Eken H9. The Eken H8 Pro does not have an up and down button on the side of the camera, unlike the Eken H9, which has an up and down button. I actually really like these up and down buttons because it helps me navigate through the menu a lot faster. The Eken H8 Pro has a Wi-Fi button on the side. However, after the first use, my button got stuck inside the camera. Although the Eken H8 Pro body is smaller than the body on the Eken H9, the lens actually protrudes a lot more. So even though the body on the Eken H8 Pro is smaller, overall it ends up feeling about the same size. One thing I've noticed about the build quality of the Eken H8 Pro is that if I pinch the screen too long, there will be some sort of distortion in the display. And that distortion does go away after a few minutes, but it's kind of annoying while you're filming. The Eken H9 on the other hand does not have that problem at all. Now we're going to go over film quality. The Eken H8 Pro can film in 4K 30 frames per second. Meanwhile, the Eken H9 can only record 4K at 25 frames per second. I'm rendering this down to 24 frames per second just so there's a little more consistency throughout the video. Next up, we have the 60 frames per second challenge. The Eken H8 Pro can shoot 60 frames per second at 2.7K, while the Eken H9 can only shoot 60 frames per second at 1080p. Next up is the 120 frames per second challenge. The Eken H8 Pro can record 120 frames per second at 1080p, while the Eken H9 can only record 120 frames per second in 720p. And finally we have our 200 frames per second challenge. Now there's only one contender in this challenge because only the Eken H8 Pro can shoot 200 frames per second, and it does that in 720p. Finally, we're going to go over the pros and cons of both of these cameras. The Eken H8 Pro is going for around $130, depending where you get it from, and the Eken H9 is going around $40 at the moment. Amazon links to buy both cameras are going to be in the description below. The Eken H8 Pro comes in a true 4K resolution. It has a higher quality display, a display on the front of the camera. It can do 200 frames per second at 720p. Comes with an upgraded sensor, a selfie stick, an extra battery, and a charging dock. Unfortunately, the Eken H8 Pro display isn't as durable as the H9. It takes a little bit longer for the camera to start up, and it has less battery life due to the front-facing display. The Eken H9 has a more durable display, starts up about 1 second faster than the H8 Pro, has a better navigation system due to the up and down buttons, has a longer battery life, and it comes with a suction cup mount. Unfortunately for the H9, it comes with an older sensor, and it can only do 120 frames per second and 720p. And also, the 4K is interpolated on the H9, meaning that it uses software to blend frames together to make your final image. This can result in a subpar image when compared to cameras with a better 4K sensor such as the H8 Pro. Thanks for checking out this comparison video. I want to give a quick shout out to Jules Ponnier for winning my Eken H9 giveaway. If you're interested in more giveaways like that, go ahead and subscribe, you'll be the first to know. And I want to leave you all off with some color graded footage of the Eken H8 Pro and the Eken H9. That way you can get a good idea of the full potential of both cameras. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, peace out.